As soon as you press launch button of the Jupyter Notebook, this is going to pop up the new window on the web browser. So Jupyter Notebook is one of the web-based IDE to run Python programming language. This Jupyter Notebook not only support Python, but also it support more than 40 plus programming language, including R and as well as Scala. You can see here, and this is the file system of my my laptop. And in the previous video session, we have created 3 files, right? We have created 3 files called panglo.py, test.py, test123.py. So suppose if I want to load this Python script, you can see here this is the script we have written in the previous video session. Now suppose if I load Python 123, Python test.py. So this is a script we have written in the previous video session, right? So you can not only run only the Python programming language, you can run almost 40 plus programming language, including Python. So in this video session, we will see how to run Python in Jupyter Notebook. So let me close this. Now, in order to run the Python program or Python script in Jupyter Notebook, what you need to do is you need to just go to the, and there is something in the right side, we have something called new button. Click on new. Under new, you need to click on Python 3. Once you click on the Python 3, this is going to redirect to the new tab. Okay, this is also one of the web-based programming for running Python script. Now you can see here. Now in this place, we can write the Python statement. For an example, let me print hello world. So in order to print hello world, as we know that we need to say print. We need to open the brackets, right? Under the brackets, we need to, within the double quotes, we can say hello world, hello world. So once after writing the statements, in the top we have something called run button. Under the run button, you should just click on run button. So this is going to print the output of the Python script. So if you want to write multi-line statement, for an example, print 5 plus 6. After that, once after finishing the statement, you need to press enter. Next, we'll divide some number. Let me say 5 divided by 1. Next, let me print hello world for 10 times. So I'm going to say hello world, or what I'm going to do, I'm going to say hello world into 10. So let me run this program, let me run this script. So in order to run, we need to go to the run button and click on run button. You can see here we got 5 plus 6 is 11, 5 by 1 is 5.0, and we are getting hello world for the, it is printing hello world for the 10 times. Now I want to add some contents. So this Jupyter Notebook is a combination of 3 things. One, we have a code, another we have the output. After that, we can add some instruction to the program, like something like comments. Now suppose I want to give some instruction to my students or instruct to one of my friends. So I don't want to put the comments here. I want to give some, I want to explain about this code. In order to do this, what you need to do is, you need to go to the code section. Under code, you need to click on markdown. Here I can say that this is just the, I can tell the what, I can explain my code here. For an example, I will tell that this is just the sample example. This is just a sample example of Python. Let me run this. You can see here it is running the program, it is executing the statement one at a time. After that, it is running the statements, all 3 statements. After that, it is telling, even it is giving some instruction to the instruction in the program. You can explain your code, you can tell whatever the things that are in your mind, you can tell to your, you can write and you can share these notes to your friends, either with the GitHub, Gmail, or whatever it may be. So usually whenever you write, the name of the file name, usually it will be untitled one. You can change your file name, just click on that. I'm going to say this is Jupyter test. I'm going to rename this and you can see here the Jupyter test, the file name has been renamed, and you will see what is the extension for this Jupyter notebook. Okay, for timing I'm going to leave this session. Now you can see here we have saved this file, right, Jupyter test, right. The file, the extension of the Jupyter notebook is IPYNB. IPYNB stands for IPython Jupyter notebook. So this is how it's going to save the file in your file system. So whenever you create any file in the Jupyter notebook, usually it's going to have the extension as IPYNB. IPYNB stands for IPython notebook. So this is as simple as that. For an example, suppose if we take an example of college itself, assume that there is a class from 9 to 10 which I am not able to attend those class. So what I will do, anyway we have a friends in the class, usually they will write the notes during the class hours. So since I am not able to attend the class from 9 to 10, what I will do, I will ask for the notes with my friends, right. So I can share, I can refer those notes, and based on that I can write my own notes, or I can take a Xerox of that, or whatever, I can do whatever I want. In the same way, whenever you write the code in Jupyter notebook, you can share this notebook, right. This is as simple as that. Why they have given the notebook? Because notebook means you can write whatever you want. In the same way, this Jupyter notebook consists of three things. One we have code, one we have instruction, another we have output. So this Jupyter notebook will provide the live code and as well as visualization at one place itself. Okay. So this is because of this is how this Jupyter notebook is used in the for running the Python script.